So, did you ever experience or heard that a research paper, after being published in a peer reviewed journal, at once got disappeared from the internet? If your answer is yes, then this video is for you. Please keep watching till the end. Hi everyone, I am Halima, a psychology graduate and a research scholar from Psychological Research Writings. In this video, I am going to share with you the reason that why a research paper got disappeared from the internet. Sometimes it's just an article or sometimes it's the whole journal itself. Please subscribe to our channel. If you are not yet subscribed, please do it now. So the first reason is related to the article when the journal remained intact but the research paper got disappeared. So for the information purpose here, it is noteworthy to mention that every index journal keeps a record of the published article in a form of version of record or VOR system. So what the VOR system does? VOR basically deals with your research paper in its revised peer review and final form along with the table text, bibliography and any other supplemental data you provided. So this is considered as a definitive and final version of your manuscript. So any changes if required in the VOR system, it will followed by the policy or the guidelines by that specified index journal. Sometimes it happens that after being published, the article still remains some the changes and some amendments required. So the editor, after the thorough investigation and discussion with the team and staff, and of course by following the COPE guidelines. COPE is basically Committee on Publication Ethics. They follow that guidelines by them, and then they they send you notice in the form of post publication notice that these are some changes or these are the required and suggestible amendments which you need to make. So they will inform you through the post publication notices. There are four forms of post publication notices. The first one is correction, the other one is expression of concern, the third is retraction, and in severe cases it can go for article removal also. The purpose of making these changes or these post publication notices is only to ensure the integrity of the scholarly record. So the first one related with the post publication notices is the correction notice. A correction notice will be issued when it is necessary to correct an error or omission which can impact the interpretation of the article, but where the scholarly integrity of the paper should remain intact. The few examples are like mislabeling of figure, missing key information or funding information, or competing interest of the authors. So this is also noteworthy here that the correction notice have two major classes. The first one is major errors and the second one is minor errors. So major errors are accompanied by a separate correction notice, and that correction notice should provide clear detail of the error and the changes that have been advised to make. So the other minor changes, that will not be required any separate correction notice. Instead they will give you instructional comment in the footnote and the detailing for the readers that these are the proposed correction which are required from the authors. So the second one is retraction notice. So a retraction notice will be issued where a major error, for example analysis or method, invalidates the conclusion in the article, or where research misconduct or publication misconduct has taken place. For example, research without required ethical approvals, fabricated data, manipulated images, plagiarism and duplicate publication. All this decision for retraction will be following by the guidelines of the COPE, and it will involve the investigation by the journal, and author and institution may request for a retraction of their article if their research publication met the criteria for a retraction. The third one is expression of concern. In some cases, an expression of concern notice may be considered where concern of a major nature have been raised. For example, serious research or publication misconduct, but where the outcome of the investigation is inconclusive, or where due to various complexity the investigation will not be complete for a considerable time. So when the investigation has been completed, a retraction or correction notice may follow the expression of concern, and alongside with the original article, all will remain part of the permanent published record. Now the next one is article removal. An article removal, which is all for all of our interest, is basically a notice which will be issued in a rare circumstances where the problem are very serious in nature and cannot be addressed by the retraction or correction notice. Journal will consider removal of a published article from their database in a very limited circumstances. For example, if the article contains content that could pose a serious risk if followed or acted upon. The next one is the if article contains content which violate the right to privacy of the study participant, and if the article is supposed to be defamatory or infringes with other legal rights, and if the article is subject to the court orders. So in such cases, usually the journal remove the article from database. So adding few things here, we are now more concerned that what if the journal by itself got disappeared from the search engine. So what are the possible things we can do after the journal got disappeared from the search engine? For example, you cannot even find in Google Scholar, in Eric, in Base, in any in any form, in any version of that journal you couldn't be able to find on the internet. So what are the possible action which we need to take in such cases? So briefly adding here, I want to let you know that there are three main reasons that why a journal got disappeared. The first reason is that the journal might be restructuring and updating its website, and soon their updated or revised version will appear. So in such cases, they will map you to the ultimate link, or they will advise you for some specific call to action. So in other words, you will be notified or informed about that such things are happening at the end of the journal. Second is that the journal might be in the process of changing its publishing partner. So in such case, the old version of the website usually stay alive and usually stay intact. So in both of the cases, you will get a clue that the journal is doing something regarding changes or regarding some restructuring and changing into the publishing partnership. The third and 90% of the cases deal with this reason is that the journal you publish with is a fraud online predatory journal. We have a checklist available on our Facebook page. You can download it from there before submitting any research paper to our journal. This checklist will help you a lot dealing with this reason. We have a detailed video on our YouTube channel regarding predatory journal. I'll put the link in the description box. You can go and check with this. This is a very good video about this predatory journal and the characteristic of a predatory journal. So what are the actions to be taken in this case? If you couldn't find the journal online, or the journal could be the predatory journal or anything like this. So try every possible way to find out about the journal. Use different search engines, title of your article, co-author name using ISSN number, and etc. Try to email journal focal person you were in contact with during the publication process. So if nothing works, then you can try to resubmit the article to another journal. But you should be transparent in your cover letter to the editor and explain that you have previously attempted such a publication and provide all the details of the journal. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, comment and subscribe, and if you are not yet subscribed to our channel, please subscribe it now.